Grace and peace, I'm the movie pastor. I'm not able to go to the theater, so I'm digging through my old lists, and I finally saw The Professional, also known as Leon. I was really glad to finally see this movie. It's been a really long time. This was actually one that was recommended to me originally by a mentor who made me a list of like, Ryan, if you want to expose yourself to film history, you really need to see all these movies. And it was one I just never got around to, was never quite in the mood when I got a chance, and I didn't make it happen. But man, it was a really good movie. I'm glad I saw it. But ironic that it was one that I saw on a mentor's recommendation like 15 years too late, because it's a movie about mentorship, apprenticeship, discipleship. It's a movie about how one replicates oneself. In the film, Jean Reno's character, Leon, is a cleaner, he's an assassin, and he's coming up against Gary Oldman as a corrupt DEA agent. And along the way, he takes under his wing a 12-year-old girl by the name of Matilda, played by a young Natalie Portman. And she insists that he teach her the trade, which he does. He teaches her how to hitman, how to kill people for money, because that's what he knows. And so we see, on one hand, what is kind of a brilliant, brutally realistic view of what discipleship looks like in the real world, right? Of like, I don't really want a mentee, I've got no choice, I'm going to starve to death otherwise, like how it looks and how messy it is. But on another hand, I think what is ultimately so beautiful and wonderful about this movie, other than just amazing acting and great action sequences, is that it manages to find the beauty in just a terrible world. Leon's world is, everything is wrong with it. I mean, there is just so little good that he has to look forward to. For one thing, as a protagonist, he is incredibly stupid. I mean, he just, not only is he not educated, unable to read, but he does not have good sense. He's clearly getting taken advantage of by his manager. He makes really bad decisions with this 12-year-old girl. But he's good at one thing, and that's cleaning. That's being a hitman. And so he manages to weave that into a legacy, into a mentorship relationship. And all he wants in the world is a legacy. I mean, he takes care of a houseplant, and he carries it with him in this vagabond lifestyle just because he feels like he needs to take care of something. And at the end of the movie, that houseplant is able to get roots. So Leon gets his legacy. It takes a brutal killer, somebody who's violating the law, and makes him seem downright angelic, makes him seem like a beautiful, caring father. And it takes a cop, a DEA agent, a member of law enforcement, and makes them out to be an absolute devil, thanks in large part to Gary Oldman's incredible overacting. And so in so many ways, there were so many opportunities for this movie to be like depressing and negative and to paint a bad view of the world. But what it ends up doing is repeatedly putting in front of you, no, but notice this. But notice the beauty here. But notice the love here. Notice the care. Matilda and Leon have a loving relationship, and Matilda is verbally confused about that, about the nature of love, being romantic love versus filial love. And that could so easily be really, really creepy. And they, at one point, they don't run away. They at one time neither run away from the creepiness. They let it be creepy, but also let it be beautiful. And let the audience see, like, hey, here are these imperfect characters in imperfect situations, but there's something really good there. There's something true, something worthy of preserving that you're going to want at the end of the movie to hear, hey, this continues. So I find it to be not a very concrete movie. I mean, there's not much that I can say, well, let's take this absolute moral lesson from it. But it is a movie that I think highlights some things that have been below the surface and does them in a really wonderful and beautiful way. And so there's something to appreciate there.